Hey, welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Ultimate Affiliate Marketing. I am your host. As always, it's Paul Motley here, and we have another guest. We're having a string of these guests right now. Always like to give you guys as much variety and as much value as possible. So today we have Hawk Mikado on. Hawk, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
I know. Did you like that really short and concise and non-descriptive intro for you there? Did you like that? Let's go.
Perfect. It was perfect. Right.
Okay.
I'm known as the funnel genius, just as like that. That's the only thing. Is the only thing missing. The funnel genius, Hawk Mikado.
There you go. There you go. So let's just get into this because it is normally something that I don't spend too much time on because I could sit there and blow smoke for 30 seconds, but I always find it better from the horse's mouth, right? So just explain to the people that are listening exactly who you are, where you've come from, what you're doing right now, and how awesome you are. There's no pressure.
Sure. So I started out as an entrepreneur when I was basically born, because I'm actually like a born entrepreneur. Although I probably wasn't born an entrepreneur, I was just destined to be one because my dad pushed me out into the world when I was I think it was like 5 years old or something like that. And I wanted to buy something. He's like, if you want it, you got to go make money. So I was like, okay. And like, I didn't know any different. Like, I was just like, oh yeah, like I just got to go make money. Like, what do I got to do? And so I started making origami paper balloons and the paper fortune tellers, and I'd make them. And on my walk home from school, I'd sell them for 25 cents. The next year later, I realized that I could actually sell them for more. I started selling them for $1. In 6th grade, I created my first marketing agency, and I knew absolutely nothing about marketing. And I guarantee you that if I had actually been getting paid for the work that I did, I would have had to pay them to do the work because I did such a terrible job. And I realize this now, but it gave me a lot of insight, and I got to learn all about marketing, all about business, all about funnels as I started to develop and go through this. And I've had some amazing ups and some devastating downs. Last year, after we built our agency to multiple mid-6 figures per year, I'd set it up to where my business, my in facto business partner, was actually able to run the entire thing, and I could basically travel the world, and I'd spent a couple hours a month and got paid well and loved it. And then she realized that she could do it without me. So our business split, and I learned a really valuable lesson in that which is for a completely other day. But one of the biggest things that helped me going was that I actually owned all of the content, I owned all of the IP, and I had all of the affiliate commissions. So that was actually one of the few things that helped us stay afloat, was that we had ClickFunnels and a couple of other affiliate programs paying us every single month. Plus we have Airbnb properties that pay us every single month, and it allowed us to stay not on the streets, stay afloat. And through that, I got to realize that there's a lot more to business than what we were focusing on, which was focusing on the money. And I had to really get to a point where I had to look inside myself and figure out, what did I want to do? Why did I want to be here on this planet? And I know marketing, I know funnels really, really well. We built we've helped 12 of the 2 Comma Club and 2 Comma Club X award winners with their funnels and building their funnels to get to that point. And we've helped hundreds of people in like private coaching to add 6 figures to their business. And we've taught tens of thousands of people to actually add 6 figures to their business. Whether they did it or not is on them, because we just gave them the information. So that's kind of the journey. And me figuring out that it wasn't all about the money came down to us looking at what we really want to do. And after everything, we went through all of our programs, all of our processes, everything that we'd done, all the stuff in our former agency. And we literally canned like half of it and just said, like, this is not up to standards. We went from having a 3-day refund guarantee, which is what's required by law, to having a lifetime guarantee on all of our programs. And we backdated it to anybody who had ever purchased any program from us. And we started looking at like, who is it that we're here to serve? And we're here to serve our market makers. Like, we want our community to be able to make their market, right? They make their market. And that's a group of entrepreneurs, business owners, company leaders that are looking to be able to add at least $100,000 in annual profit to their business. Not just revenue, because anybody can do 100,000 in revenue. I've done it so many times and it's so easy, but being able to do that in profit and being able to take home $100,000 can change so many people's lives. And once you know how to do it once, it's just a formula. It's just a pattern, it's a process.
Yeah.
Right? And then you just add in a couple of additional things and you can get to 7 figures. And then I don't know what goes on beyond that, because we haven't passed 7 figures, but I know the people who know exactly what to do. And so we're learning those things to be able to scale beyond that. And it was a big shift, but it was also a really little shift, going from focusing on, hey, let's just make as much money as possible so we can pay the 30-person team and cover our $50,000 a month in expenses and all of this stuff that just was so overwhelming and so unnecessary. And we built it the wrong way, because we built it from a place of, I need to make money in order to survive, versus I need to help 100,000 people create a lifestyle and a business that will support them and their family. And as a result, will make the money, because money comes easily.
Yeah, I totally get that, man. I mean, I think that is the shift that is so important to people, to go from, like I say, looking at what you can achieve as far as like your bank balance and stuff like that goes, to the impact that you can have on other people. And, you know, I was literally just speaking about this probably yesterday or the day before. And what I discovered was probably about 6 months ago, was when I started to shift away from my own sort of personal goals to making goals for other people. And that was what made the difference, because I know that I could literally drop off line. You know, I could disappear into the rabbit hole and carry on and doing what I'm doing as far as affiliate marketing goes, and still do okay. But it's not exactly what I want to do anymore. I want to be able to provide an impact to others. I want to be able to show up and provide value and touch other people's lives in a way that the internet provides us in so many ways. And it's not just, being a great store or serving a fantastic burger or a great coffee in your own town. You're now talking about being able to impact anyone on the planet that has an internet connection and has that entrepreneurial spirit. And like you said, you were born an entrepreneur. And one of the questions that I've asked a couple of people, I'd be interested in your answer to this as well. Do you think having that entrepreneurial spark, you have it, or you learn it?
I think that it comes from your environment and your drive. Like, each person, I've done a ton on psychology and personal development and like how people think, what people do. It's all marketing. It's like what I geek out on. And personal assessments are one of the biggest things, right? So if you look at, for instance, if you look at Tony Robbins' 6 needs, he talks about there are 6 different things that motivate people. If you look at like the Myers-Briggs, there's, introvert, extrovert. Those are the 2, right? Like main things. So you just have to learn how to play into your own strengths in order to achieve your dreams and goals, right? If you're not an extrovert, if you can't go out there and sell, then that's not your strength. Then don't worry about it. As a matter of fact, there's this thing called wealth dynamics, and there's a couple of other things that are like it. And my wife and I were actually just talking about this last night, I guess this morning, because it was like 2 a.m. But as a CEO of a business, we've identified about 8 things, maybe 9, because one of them you can have 2 different facets of it. But there are basically 8 different things that you can do. And I think that if you focused on one of these things and you built a team to take care of the rest of them, or you focused on 2 or 3 of the things and you built a team to focus on the rest of them, you will be so strong and literally unstoppable. And so number one, strategy. That's my strength. That's where I come in. Like, this is what I love to do. Speaking. I can go out and speak and just talk and be on stage and go into a networking group, and I can like meet all the right people. Not like I've discovered and felt that I'm really good at that. Like, right. Does that make sense? That's my strength. So knowing that, then I can go into any scenario and I can do anything I want. I'm also really good at taking existing systems and tweaking them to optimize them. And like, right, that's where the conversion rate optimization comes in. That's where me going into the funnel and going, hey, like, I see there's this pattern here and it's not working the way exactly we want it. Let's turn it a quarter inch screw to the right or to the left. And boom, now the funnel's converting at 2 to 3 times. And I've done that over and over and over again, right? So those are the things like that. My strength is in strategy first. And then I would say speaking, and then like the systematic, like productivity and improving production. So those are the top 3. And then you have service, selling, what is steering, which is steering the ship, sharpening, which is like the personal development, professional development of your team, like developing your team. Scaling, and the last one is the speed, which is that production component, which I talked about already. Right, so it's this kind of like square, and I'll send you a drawing of it later, or a snapshot of it later. You can put it below the podcast. But it's these things are inherent, and usually you have like one main, and then you have usually like basically like one on each side that really defines who you are as a human being. And you can play on those strengths, right? If you're somebody who's really good at building teams, then you could go and you could find the right person to go do it. Think of, what's the Mark Twain, Huckleberry Finn, not Huckleberry, the other guy, I can't, my brain's not. Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, right? They're like painting, like he gets other people to paint the fence and pay him to do it.
Yeah.
Like, believe me, this is totally possible. It's not a strength necessarily of mine, but I have actually gotten people to pay me to do things that I should have been paying them for. And this is like, as a kid, like I just loved understanding how people think and right. So like, it's possible to do that because at the end of the day, there's someone who loves to do that. Right? Somebody would be super excited, or somebody's willing to work for free in order to help you, or somebody's willing to work for a commission or a percentage of the business or something like that. So as a kid, like if you're a kid, if you got a kid, or if you're just starting out as an entrepreneur, there is a spark inside of you. You just have to figure out what that spark is. And there are going to be things you're really, really great at. And there's going to be things that you're good at, but you do not like doing. And then there's going to be things that you're terrible at, but like doing. And then there's going to be things that you completely hate doing. And you should only focus on the ones that you're amazing at and you love doing. Because if you focus on anything else, then you're just going to spend time spinning your wheels. You're going to hold yourself back. And sure, like, for instance, sales. I'm amazing at sales. And I enjoy doing it. But it's not necessarily the best use of my time. Like it's like, I'm good at it, but I'm not like, oh yeah, like I want to like always be doing sales. The satisfaction of the sale, of course, right? Everybody likes making a big sale. But I am much better served by having other people come in and do that for me. Does that make sense? I know that was a long-winded answer to your question.
That was good. That was great. That was awesome. It allowed me to have a couple of sips of my drink and everything cool. So that's fine. What, I mean, just going back into what you were saying now, when you first started out, did you find that you were a micromanager and kind of like really wanted to do everything yourself? Or did you identify that you did need to focus on what you were really good at and then perhaps outsource or offload those other tasks to other people?
Yeah. So when I started my very first, I'm going to call it my first real business. And I put that in air quotes for all of you listening. I tried to hire, and I gotta say, hiring is by far the worst possible thing for me to do. I am terrible at hiring.
What does that
Which is
process
why I
look like
brought on
anyway? What does that process even begin with?
hiring,
Yeah,
like the
I
hiring
mean,
process.
yeah, when you're saying
But
like you hate doing it and you're terrible at it, I mean, explain why.
yeah, so for me, like I'm a no. Can I use uh, what kind of language is acceptable on this podcast?
I think you can drop pretty much everything apart from the C bomb, then you're okay.
All right, sounds good. So just I should have checked with you before. The so one of the biggest, like, I don't accept bullshit, right? I don't accept anybody coming in and being like, oh, I'm just gonna fuck around. I'm gonna spend all your time and money, and then I'm not gonna produce anything. And to me, I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, I am hiring you, I'm paying you to get me a result, right? To me, if I'm hiring somebody, the only reason that they deserve to keep the position that they've been hired for is because they're making me a profit.
Yeah,
That's it. It's
yeah.
business. And
I
I can love the person, I can care about the person, I as a human being, and I can connect with them on that level. But at the end of the day, it's like, you're not making me money, goodbye. Like, it's no hard feelings. Like, I really, like, there's no emotion in that for me. And
yeah.
that's very scary for most employees
I
and
don't know. I
contractors
don't know
and
if
team
it still
members.
stands true, but I remember hearing quite a number of years ago, sort of like a general rule of thumb, that an employee should be generating 3x their salary into the business as far as profit goes to make them sustainable. I don't know if that still works,
It's a
but
good rule of thumb.
yeah,
My goal is that if you can break even, if you can put, like, right, if I paid you, let's say $10,000 over 3 months, you make me $10,000 back. Right? If you did that, we'd be golden, right? Any individual, or 1,000, whatever that number. Like, if I can get to that break even point, because I know that there's growth after that. There's always growth, but the problem is that if you bring somebody on, and I've done this so many times, more times than I can count, before I brought on, by the way, my former partner, her job was hiring. That was the only thing she did. That was basically, it was hiring and training and managing the team, because that was very far away from my skill set.
yeah.
And so, like, the only thing I like, it's like, I am always searching. Like, I thought I'd found somebody to do the same thing for me and it wasn't a fit. So I'm actually still searching for that, basically that next person who can come in and take care of the team building aspect for me. And what ends up happening is I hire people. I have a rigorous process. My hiring process is basically like, you're going to prove to me that you are going to be profitable for me before I pay you a dime, before I hire you. That scares most people off. And then the A players who do want to do it, and then they're like, if people are asking me for training and stuff, I'm like, I'm not. Like, that's not my job. Like, you're either good at what you do and you don't need to be trained, or you don't need to know what you need to do, and you're not going to work for me. Like, and that sounds really, really harsh, but I have no idea how else to do it. And again, I'm terrible at this. This is why I don't hire people, because usually, like, if I get on the phone, I'm like, yeah, you're going to do this, and this is the result I expect. And if you don't do it, I'm just going to fire you. Like, I have no hard feelings. This is not right. But to them, to me too, but to them, it's like, it is about their family, right? That's what it is. Like, I'm hiring somebody who can produce for me so I can go change the world. And the way one of the reasons our business, I think, failed before was that, and the partnership failed before, was that my partner was hiring to take care of the families of the people who are working for us.
Right. Yeah.
And that was it, right? That was it. And that was the problem. Like, and I'm just like, I'm having ahas right now, like, thinking about this. Like, if we as a company had been focused on making sure that the number one goal was producing like boundless success for our clients. Like we got some clients really, really amazing results. And then other clients, like there was like we had one client, and I would like every single day, by the way, our team, so something rigorous. And if you ever do any client work, you should do. If a client doesn't deliver what they are supposed to deliver to you, you need to ask them every single day. Well, 5 days a week at least. Every single day. Hey, I need this from you. I still need this from you. I still need this from you. When are you going to get this to me? Like every single day. And the reason for that is because then it's like, if they don't deliver it, it's their fault. We had somebody pay us for 6 months and never delivered us a single thing. And unfortunately, they were under contract with another, like it was a contract that I had with them and a third party. And so I was like, I can't cancel this. I want to cancel this because you're not producing anything, but I can't because I'm under obligation with another company. Like, this is ridiculous. Deliver me something because I want to get you results.
I've been there. And it is kind of crazy. I did some funnel building work for a group of people, and and they all paid up front as well, which was cool. And there was about, I don't know, 8 or 9 of them, and 2 of them took nearly 3 months to give me the information I asked for.
Yeah,
and I still couldn't figure it out. I mean, I had the money sat in my account. I had the time and the facility to carry out the work, yet I just didn't have the information from them. So it was super frustrating because I always had them sort of like on my to-do list and I couldn't do it. And it was kind of like, oh, geez, do I just like send them the money back and say, that's that or what? And it's crazy. And I just want to pick up on one thing that you said there about the fact that, the whole people hiring and all that sort of thing. I mean, I've run my own business for 24 years. So it's been a long time since I've had to go for an application for a job. And unless you can tell me otherwise, I don't remember seeing anything on any applications which talked about dependents. So, and it was kind of like, when you were saying that previously, they were employing people based on their personal circumstances almost, rather than focusing on what they can personally achieve or provide as an employee. It seems kind of crazy, and what you're saying makes a lot of sense, because ultimately, if you're employing someone to do a job, you want them to be able to do a job, rather than you feeling almost like a charity to help. And it sounds really bad, doesn't it, if you say it really like this, to help their family get by, right? So,
it's as much as I love helping people. I really do. I would rather help them create a business. So like one of the things that I figured out, like I love building businesses. I would rather partner with somebody at the end of the day. Like if somebody's like, yeah, I really want to I want to come in, I want to I want to show you that I can do what I can do. And then I want to go out and build my own business. I actually had somebody who's like, I'm willing to work for you for 3 months. I'm going to, for free. And I'm going to show you what I can do. And at the end of 3 months, you're either going to hire me or you're going to help me build a business. That was the conversation. I was like, this is a really good, this is the way somebody should come to me, right? To any business.
Yeah.
And even if you're not willing to work for free, that's not the point. I'm going to prove myself, and you're either going to give me a raise. I'm going to prove myself at this low wage that you want to pay me. And then at the end of 3 months, you're either going to give me a wage or you're going to find me a client. You're going to refer me out to somebody else. And in our old company, whenever somebody who actually did good work was like, hey, I really want to move forward. I want to build my own business. I want to do my own thing. We actually got them clients. I referred them to people that had worked with me in the past, or that said that they'd be interested in working with me, but didn't want to pay my rates and didn't want to do all the stuff. And I was like, hey, this person on our team is interested in going out on his own. Would you be interested in hiring him? And we got those people hired over and over and over again because they were amazing. And yeah, it sucks to lose an amazing person on the team, but sometimes there's always an end to the existing relationship, and it will always evolve into a new relationship. And it's up to both parties involved to make that relationship be a good relationship versus a bad relationship. And later on, I watched, I don't know if you've seen the show Billions.
Yes,
it was good for the first, I haven't seen all of the last season. I don't know. It got very dark and different, and it kind of went away from like what I originally liked about it. But one of the concepts that I picked up on was that, like, and it obviously is Billions, so it's done in a very different way than it really should be. But the underlying tone was that, like, if somebody wants to go off, invest in their business, invest in their success, and take a portion of it. Right? Like, that's brilliant. It's a great use of profits. That's a great way to help somebody. And it's like, hey, I actually want more. I want those people to come in, right? Come into my business, learn the processes. Like, you're good at the one thing, right? Everybody has that thing that they're just a genius at, as long as they've fostered that thing. And, you know, if they're coming into our company, I believe that they need to have that genius thing.
Yeah.
And then after that, if you want to go out on your own, then I want to be able to support you with that. And so we've been trying to find people that are like in that same frame of mind. It's like, I actually have a media buyer. He's like, yeah, I've been working for other companies and other agencies, and I'm interested in working with you guys now. And I was like, so do you want your own business? Like, I haven't actually even talked to him about this. So I don't know if he's listening to this podcast, but I'm not going to mention your name as a result. But I was like, so I'm like asking him these questions of like, so do you want to go out and build your own business? And like, is this something like, where do you want to take this in the future? How do you see yourself like after, like, not even asking like, how do you see yourself in the company, but like, how do you see yourself after the company? How long are you going to stay in the company? Right? Those types of things. Because I know there's an end date, especially as an entrepreneur. Like, there's usually an end date to most employees and most team members, especially if they're entrepreneurial by nature, which are the best people because they actually propel your business forward with for profit. Like, their profit. They want to help, they want to make an impact, and they know that this is about making money. This isn't about making charity and giving away services for free. And so, like, I'm like, okay, like, let's figure it out. Cool. You want to build this agency? I've built multiple agencies. I know how to grow them and scale them and do this easily. Like, let's go do this. Right? I'll show you, you can work with us. I can pay you for the work that you do. And then when you're ready to go off on your own, we'll craft this company that will then, right? And we'll see if that happens or not, but that's the idea. So, you know, it's another stream of revenue, which is, I like automated and passive streams of revenue, which is, I know, I think that's why everybody's listening to this podcast, is because you like passive streams of revenue. There's a couple types of automation, right? There's like technical automation, and then there's human automation. And if you can put both of them in place, then you can create a lot of different types of passive income.
Yeah, I totally get that, man. That's awesome. Oh man, my head is exploding. There's so much information there. It's so cool. It's so cool. Right. So it's normally around this time of the show where we start thinking, okay, right, well, this is great and this is lovely. So just explain to people exactly what you now do, and if someone wanted to be a part of that, how would they go and do it?
Yeah. So we work with market makers that want to go make their market and focus on how to grow and scale their business. It all starts with lead generation. And then we work on, we actually just created a summit all about email marketing, right? Because that's a core component of actually being able to utilize the lists that you've been growing. And then taking all those components, building the right funnels, going in the right direction to be able to scale your business to add $100,000 in profit to your business. That's our core focus. And it's not for everybody, right? We work with companies and entrepreneurs and business owners that have already established themselves. They know what they want to do. They've already gotten a couple of clients generally, if not quite a few clients. They're just trying to get online and be successful online, even if they've tried it in the past. Yeah. And if you're looking to scale beyond 7 figures, I got plenty of people I could refer you to. But our goal is really to help the entrepreneurs, business owners, and company leaders to scale to that first 6 figures, then multiple 6, then 7 figures.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And we've spoke about this a lot of times with people that do affiliate marketing, because ultimately I see a lot of different stages. And one of the key stages is when people start seeing quite a fair bit of success with affiliate marketing, they will ultimately then start producing their own product or service.
Yeah. One of the best ways to grow your own business is to start with affiliate products.
Yeah.
By the way, like if you're just figuring it out, you're like, oh yeah, I'd love to do this, but I don't have the expertise, or I don't have the crew to be able to put together this entire course. Go find an affiliate product, put together a lead magnet. Best way to generate and grow your own list. Drive traffic immediately to their sales page, where then it immediately upsells them to the very next thing. You make all your money on that. You've grown your list. You can drive traffic, get paid, and send other affiliate offers. And then when you're ready, you've now got a list of ready, hungry buyers. And it's so powerful. And you can also do it the flip way, right? That's how we grew it the other way. Like I've generated over $100,000 just from ClickFunnels alone. And I think we're at like almost to the 400,000 mark on passive income from all of our different income streams.
That's crazy.
Like half of them are affiliate marketing, and it comes from building a real business. Right? Yeah. You can build an affiliate marketing business first. It's a great thing if you have a plan. You're like, I want to build a business. This is my opinion, obviously. But I believe like if you want to build a business, you can either start with your own business or you can start with somebody else's. Build your list, because that's the most important asset at any business, right? Google acquires companies because of the data and the list that they have, right? Apple, Disney, all of the big companies, Amazon, are all acquiring companies because of the list that they have, right? Not because of the thing is cool. Like they could go build the thing for 1/10 of the price, 1/1,000,000th of the price in some cases. Yeah. Right? Like they could go build a new eBay, or whatever. LinkedIn, right? They could go build the new LinkedIn at Microsoft, for instance, but instead they bought it because it was a much better investment for them. Right? They got the whole list. Also, they stopped spending $1 billion a year on advertising with them. Right? So it was a really smart investment. Right? So like, think about that. If you want to build your business, the list is where the money is, nothing else. And I'm not talking about like people who've never engaged with you. I'm talking about active people who are engaged, interested, excited, and consistently consume your content.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. And as people are listening, there are a lot of people which do listen to the podcast. They are kind of like, it's pitched normally towards not the absolute beginners, but we're talking about sort of intermediates. These people have started earning a bit of money. They're starting to show, a bit more interesting, pushing their own business forward. So all this advice is right bang on the avatar for this podcast itself. So, they might not be at the stage where they are able to start creating their own products or services, but we are slowly gearing them towards it and slowly sort of like steering them almost towards it, because ultimately that should be their goal, and that should be where they're looking towards take their business, so that they can then start producing their expert business and then also build that audience through other affiliates for their own products and service. So that's cool. And everything that you're saying makes total sense, and people should make sure that they take it on board. If someone wanted to get in touch with you right now and they think, I am ready for this is exactly what I'm looking for, I am at that stage, what do they do? What do they need to get in touch with you for?
Yeah, so go to leadfunnelframework.com/Paul or Paul Motley, and you'll get redirected to a landing page. You'll get our top converting swipe file and funnel template, and that's the best way to get started with us. Once you're in our system and it's a free program. or free resource. Once you're in our system, then we actually serve every single client. You can send us a support desk message at any time for anything, whether you paid us or not. Like, our goal is literally to help 100,000 entrepreneurs, business owners, and company leaders. Like, we're not here like saying, oh, you have to pay us in order for us to help you. And if I help you, that's another number on our board that we've supported in achieving that goal. And yes, I would love for you guys to invest with us and take any of our programs. But at the end of the day, if you can get the support, then in our business, one of the things that we've always said this, or since we relaunched, is like, our programs are meant to make you enough money to where you could eventually hire us or one of our partners. Right? Yeah. I want to make you so much money that you're like, oh yeah, I don't want to do this because it's not my strength. It's not my genius. Let me just hire somebody else to do it. And I know that it's profitable because I already got it taken care of. Like, if I can do that for you, then eventually you'll invest with us or one of our partners, and we're affiliate marketers. So we get paid a commission on those partnerships. Right. So like, that's how we're getting the money on the back end.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be like, hey, here's the tool. By the way, just a quick note on what you just shared.
Yes.
Super quick tip. And for those who are listening to the very end, if you build, so the way we built and got so much affiliate commissions from ClickFunnels was we did two things, and we did it very, very well. Number one was that we supported, and this may not work for everybody. The second thing I'm going to share can work for everybody, but with ClickFunnels specifically, was we offered a free migration. Right? So, because first of all, I know if they purchase the Funnel Hacks program, which is now, I don't even remember what the new one is, but it's $997. I got a $400 commission that paid for me to hire a VA to go do the migration for them. Right? So I paid a VA to go do the migration for them. And then I got $118 recurring commission on the back end every single month.
Yeah.
So they only cost, I think most of them cost probably about 100. So I paid about 100 out of the 400 out for somebody to go migrate all that content. And some of them were like $10 or $20 too. So it's like super quick migrations. Yep. And the value to somebody to be able to be like, hey, look, I know you're on the fence because you got this other thing over here that's kind of sort of taking care of what you need taken care of, but it's not really doing what you want it to do. Look, I'll take you off of that. I'll help you get everything over to this new platform. And all you got to do is buy it through my affiliate commission or through my affiliate link.
Yeah.
Right? You spend $1,000. You don't have to pay me a dime. All you got to do, go there, you buy it. I'll migrate everything over for you. And then you can cancel that other service. And it's easy as that. And we did 30 of those in a month. The very first month we started doing that, and got like a ton of notoriety as a result of it. And one, ClickFunnels was like, what are these guys doing? Like, you guys are, we also positioned the offer very well, but that was a different component. But that's number one. Number two is make sure your clients can't fail. Like, the only reason that they would quit or ask for a refund is if they can fail. Right? So I'll use ClickFunnels as the example because it's the one I know best. Right? Give them the funnel that's going to make them succeed from the get-go. Just give them the funnel template. Right? If you can pre-design it, like, hey, if you went, like, this is an easy way to start an agency, by the way. Go to all the local businesses that need a way to generate leads. You build a templated, and there's some pretty easy, like, lead funnels for local businesses are so easy.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot you need in them. And you just build it. And then you put their logo on it and you send it to them and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know, like, I saw what you're doing. I love what you're doing. Here's a tool that will let you generate leads and get more appointments into your on your calendar, get more people into your store or your practice. Normally we charge like $1,000. Normally we charge $3,000 for this, but I wanted to give it to you for free. All you got to do is pay the monthly maintenance fee, right? And I'm just going to, like, I did this for you. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it, right? It doesn't matter. And if you want us to run ads for you, I'd be happy to show you exactly what we could do for you. Right?
Yeah.
Like you just opened up, like you came from like, here is 100% service. And of course you're getting paid an affiliate commission of anywhere from $40 to $120 a month. So like,
makes a lot of sense, right?
yeah. And all you're doing, by the way, is swapping logos out. Like this is a super simple strategy that can bring in a ton of new clients. So it's a great way to come from a service first mentality. And when you do that, like you can grow your affiliate commissions and you can grow an agency, especially really easily. And you can do this with other things too. You're in fitness, right? Hey, like I know that you just joined this fitness program. I'd love to send you some supplements too. Right? Let me give you a bunch of free supplements. If you want to continue to use them, all you got to do is keep paying the monthly fee.
Yeah.
And right, like those are things. And it's just same concept, right? Here's some free stuff that I know will support you in the thing that you just purchased. And if you continue to use it, you want to, right? And you can stack affiliate stuff like 1, 2, 3, 4, like. Hey, I know you want to do webinars. Here's a webinar funnel. And by the way, here's Webinar Jam to go along with it, or Webinar Fuel now, if they ever come out with an affiliate program.
Yeah.
Right. So those are the things that you can utilize. Anyways, I just wanted to share that because it's a really powerful strategy that can create a lot of impact in somebody's business and affiliate business.
That's cool, man. And I think that is where a lot of people miss a trick. Because they're so busy, especially like the affiliates and I've seen it the last 3-4 years. They're so busy trying to find the shortcuts, but they're not willing to do the work, which actually provides the results. So, and that is something that is pretty much a secret, and no one's doing it. It's crazy, right? So
very, very few people.
Very few people actually have the nuts and the balls to do the work. They're all looking for that, shortcut, that magic pill or whatever it is that they can finally make the money they've always dreamed of, go and, live the life, the laptop lifestyle that they keep getting sold on these webinars and everything else like that. But you have to treat it like almost like a job. But the benefits will go further along. I'm sure I've seen this meme on Facebook or whatever it was, but if you put like 100 hours a week in for 3 months, but then you could take the next 5 years off, and it's kind of like you put the work in now and you benefit forever. It makes sense. It just makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And there's way too many lazy people out there. I said that again. Sorry.
It's true. Look, if you want to be lazy, I love being lazy, but you have to have, the only way you can be lazy at what you do is if you've hired someone else to do that thing. Do not be lazy until you've hired it out. That's all I get.
I think that makes
hire your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Right? People are lazy because it's challenging. It's tough for them. They don't get it. It's not something that they enjoy doing, right? Like if you hate writing emails, hire a copywriter. Right? If you don't want to write a blog so that you can promote this new affiliate thing that you got to promote, hire a copywriter. It's one of the easiest ways to do it. And there are a ton of resources out there that you don't have to spend a lot of money for it to be SEO. It doesn't have to be amazing for people to be like, oh yeah, I just want to click, right? Now the better the copy, the better, but again, you're promoting an affiliate product, not your own. So you got to kind of weigh the costs and benefits, but even the strategy I just shared, right? You could hire a VA to go in and find these companies, design the templates, swap out the logos, send it off to them with a fill in the blank style template email, right? Swipe email, and then follow up. Put a calendar reminder on, put a reminder on your calendar to follow up and call them, or hire a salesperson to follow up and call them, right? The biggest thing, I don't think that anybody has to get stuck, because there's always somebody out there who loves doing what you hate doing. And I get lazy when I don't like doing something. That's for me at least. right? So it's just a very simple, there's a very simple thing to do. Hire somebody out. Anyways.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Well, listen, man, I totally appreciate your time and everything. And I'm going to make sure that you send me those links as well so I can include them in the show notes. And again, we said this time and time again on the podcast, you must not just let the next episode play because, like, you know, there's like new episodes every day, but got to check the show notes to get the good stuff, right? And that is where you're going to find hook stuff. That is where you're going to be able to plug in. And if you are those people which actually listened all the way to the end, he's kind of like lifted the lid there on the stuff that no one tells you, right? So this is the stuff that you don't get to find out with the $7 product or the $97 masterclass that you may have invested in and then regretted. This is the stuff which you normally get in the $2,000 courses, but only if you'd invest in it. So the amount of value that Hawks just dropped there is incredible. And I totally appreciate you coming on, man. And once again, thanks, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me on.